Okay. I am so excited to welcome you all to our flexyFITclub live event of What is Coaching. My name is Noel Bressler, if you don't know me. I am co-founder of flexyFITclub, which is our team. And I am a 3-star qualifying 2015 Premier Coach, which means our team kicked butt last year, and we're just continuing to grow and continuing to do big things. So that's really exciting. But we just love doing these live events because we feel like you can't get the grasp of our culture through typing, through Facebook and everything else. So getting on here, seeing each other face to face, like realizing we're all real people. It's not, you see on Facebook and it's our highlight reel. Like, obviously, we're not going to put up terrible pictures. We're going to use awesome filters. And we like to show the joys of life, but we're real people. We're moms. We have moms on here that are supposed to be speaking, and they're like, oh, the baby woke up, so I don't know if I'll be able to talk. And, you know, that's life. That's what we do. That's our business. And the joy of this business is that we do things on our own terms, on our own time, completely what works for our lifestyle. And it's completely different because there are people on here who aren't moms and they are full-time employees elsewhere, and they have goals, whether it's to retire themselves or just to pay for their vacations every year. But then we have working moms, we have stay-at-home moms, we have college kids, you know, that are just trying to pay off their tuitions or whatnot. There's such a variety of people on our team, and that's the exciting part, I think. But we're all kind of weird. We have built our team around the concept that it's awesome to be weird, especially needing to, because this business is really weird. Like, nobody, you know, is 5 years old and is like, you know what I want to be? I want to be a Beachbody coach. Like, nobody says that. Nobody plans this life. But it is so incredible. It's so amazing. And I say all the time, it is a thing that I never knew I always wanted, because I dealt with social anxiety when I first joined, and sometimes clocking in at work was like, I hated it. I hated going to work because there's some days that I didn't want to talk to people. So knowing that I didn't want to work in an ordinary place where somebody had to tell me, you know, that I had to show up even on the days when I really just wanted to be a homebody, which is basically every day of my life. It's really sad, but I didn't want to go to work. And then when I became a stay-at-home mom, I was like, my mind is just like, it's not being challenged. Like, I didn't have anything to do with myself. I was a mom and I was a wife, but like, I didn't know who I was anymore. So when I stumbled upon this, it was incredible. It was amazing. It was exactly what I needed, and I never knew that I needed it. But so anyways, I'll get into my story later on in the evening, but I just want to introduce some of the coaches on the team. These girls that are speaking, I hope that you guys are just so appreciative of, you know, we have new coaches that have never done this before, and they're going to be speaking and sharing their stories. And I know that it's a little nerve-wracking to even be on this call when you're not used to these. So consider them like being new coaches, and they're willing to talk and share with you. It's really exciting to step outside of our comfort zones. So Candace is actually going to share her story first. So just take it away, Candace.
Hi, ladies. My name is Candace, and I've been coaching since August of last year. I kind of think that I came into coaching a little bit different than everyone else because I've always been into health and fitness. I used to read my mom's health magazines when I was younger. It was kind of weird. So at like 13 years old, here I am looking at like fitness magazines. But I ended up ordering my first Beachbody program when I was 18, which was 10 years ago. And I had no idea what coaching even was. So throughout the years, I bought tons of different programs and always worked out. After I had Nicholas of this past year, I was trying to lose the baby weight. So I got back into 21 Day Fix Extreme, and I would like Google recipes on online, and I would end up being on other coaches' websites, and I had no idea it was a thing. I'm like, who are these random people that are so into working out that they have a website about it? So I ended up looking more into it and realized that this is something that I could do. Everybody does. Anybody can do it. So I talked to my mother about it, and she's like, oh my gosh, you have to talk to Noel. She posts about it on Facebook all the time. So I actually had to reactivate my Facebook account because I didn't even have it at that time. But so I talked to Noel, and I was all for it. I'm like, yeah, I'm doing this. Let's go. And then I realized I had a lot of bumps along the way. First of all, I didn't realize I had social anxiety. It was more or less just I wanted to block myself off from everybody, just as like to keep my guard up type of deal. I just felt like I didn't need friends in my life. I was better off by myself. The only friends I really had were at work. And in the work environment, I felt safe in that environment. But outside of that, I really didn't want to have friends. I had no desire for it. So that was one of my big hesitations, is reaching out to people and connecting, because I actually don't even know. I didn't even know how to do that. I really was struggling with what being a friend even meant. So
It's not an online thing.
I guess that's still my big hesitation, is just learning to get out of my comfort zone and make friends. And the way I got over all of that is through personal development, which is kind of funny because I thought that personal development and self-help books were for people with like a clinical diagnosed like problem. I didn't realize that I actually had a lot of problems to get over myself. So personal development is what I plugged into the most to get myself over those hesitations. So basically the biggest change I've seen through coaching was not necessarily a physical change, but more the mental. I have more friends than I ever have. If I ever get down in the dumps or confused or whatever, I just flexyFITclub girls, and they always bring me back up. And that's basically my support group to get me over all my fears. So I guess that's my story in a nutshell. There's a lot more details. But that's kind of just the summary. So I'm so glad you guys all could hop on, and I'm glad I could speak and talk. So thank you guys.
Thank you, Candace. Can everybody hear me okay?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, hold on one second, Britt.
Okay.
Can you ladies, if your computer isn't muted, would you go ahead and mute that right now? It's in the bottom left-hand corner, just because there's some feedback, even if you're not like speaking, if whatever's going on around you gives some.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you so much.
Okay, go ahead, Brittany.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Brittany. I started coaching this fall, right in October, and I was first introduced to Beachbody through Noel. Like, I saw people posting about it, and I saw not really that many commercials or anything on TV, but just like things on Facebook. So Noel had reached out. Like, I think I asked her a few questions about it, and then it kind of just got brushed away. I wasn't that serious. And then I ended up ordering the 21-day fix 2 years ago now, maybe 3. Jeez. And I lost 12 pounds the first round doing it, and about 9 inches overall. And I'm a very active person, but I didn't eat the healthiest. So I was more interested in the food containers and like seeing, oh, like I like this type of food. I can eat more of that and less of this stuff. So I could, I don't know, it just helped me like see what was good for me and what wasn't. What else do I have? At first, yeah, I hesitated because I didn't want to spend the money on the programs and things like that. But once I invested in it, my friends and I we would all work out in my apartment complex. And there was so much space for that. And it really opened up these doors for me. Like Candace was saying, huge support group. I've made so many friends, people that I've known, like kind of acquaintances, but we've built stronger friendships just through the Beachbody coaching. And since I've signed up to coach, I've ordered so many different programs, and I'm still not exactly where I want to be, but I think that's the whole part of the journey is just, learning as you go and reading PD and sharing things good books and podcasts and things. So I guess my biggest thing was, you make some money, you build more friendships, you're more conscious of behaviors and habits that you may have had. And if you happen to fall off the wagon, you know that everyone's there, like rooting you on, they're in your corner. So it helps me kind of get back on, and I'm just so happy to be a part of this, and I'd love to help anyone else that shows interest. Thank you.
Thanks, Brittany. Okay, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Vicki. I've been a coach for almost 3 months now. So basically, my husband is the one that introduced this to me. He's worked with Noel's husband, and he had saw posts from Noel's page, and he was like, you really need to get into that, get into it, talk to Noel. So I was too shy to message Noel, of course, so I didn't, and Noel messaged me, and we had talked for a little bit, and I was really hesitant because I sold Premier jewelry before this, and it was like, I didn't want to be pushy with people selling stuff, and so I told her, I was like, I don't know if I'm ready to jump back into something like that, and she kind of explained to me, that it's not really selling, which I now see, but at the time, I was still hesitant, and then my husband and I were talking, because we live in New York City, so financially it can be tough, and so we trying to figure out what we can do to help take the weight off of my family financially, and so I just decided to jump in, and the whole first month I didn't do much, but I was like watching what all the other coaches were doing and keeping an eye on Noel's posts. And I was like, all right, I have to do this, because at this point there's nothing to lose. So I just jumped right into it, and I basically I've done so much training in the past 2 months, because it's at your own pace. So I'm just like, I want to learn as much as possible. And it's like really helped with getting my business started. So now I'm not like hesitant to start a new conversation. I know how to do that without feeling silly. But it's really changed me overall. I've come out of my box, like my little box that I was in, and I feel like I can achieve things and show my children that I can be successful, even though I don't leave my house and go to a full-time job. I have a 1-year-old, so that helps with childcare here in New York. It's super expensive, so I can still show my daughter that I can be a role model for her. And basically, I'm not going back. I'm not going back to what it was before. I don't plan on it anytime soon. And I'm very thankful for these ladies here leading and showing me that there's a more positive life out there. So.
You're so awesome. I'm so glad you did that. And a new coach too. You guys, you don't understand how proud I am right now. Okay, so next we're going to have Casey share her story with us. Go ahead, Casey.
Hey guys, thanks for hopping on tonight. I'm Casey. I started coaching in late August of last year, and my initial thought was just to purchase the program and complete it, lose some weight. I was not diagnosed clinically obese, but right on the brink. I was almost 200 pounds, and I had made every excuse in the book as to why I was overweight and why I was just going to be that way my entire life. Basically, my whole family's overweight, and that's just what my future had to be. But I kept seeing Noel in this like yard sale page that I was on, and her life just looked so awesome. So she posted something about a program, and I decided to just reach out to her. I didn't really want to, but I'm so glad I did. But I was super nervous about just talking to her because she seems like a celebrity on Facebook, which she's not. She's actually a real person, super down to earth. But she was talking to me about starting a program, and I was all in for that. But she mentioned coaching, and I immediately turned her down because I had no interest in selling. I can totally relate to Vicky's story. Did not want to be a part of any like pyramid scheme. I didn't want to buck my friends. I barely had 100 people on Facebook. There was a million reasons as to why I would not be successful at something like this. So I said no, but she asked me again, and something just like, I don't know, I just decided that I was going to go for it. I needed the extra fitness motivation and accountability, so what the heck. And so I joined still just for the accountability with the fitness aspect, but quickly into it, I realized that this is like basically the best kept hidden secret ever. And you can do so many things with this opportunity. And I just decided to dive into the trainings and give this thing a real shot. And I spent the first like 2 weeks around the clock, basically, watching training videos and learning everything that I could about this. And I just kind of went in full force with it. And it has been seriously like the best thing ever to happen to me. Before I went into this, I was super like, just like a negative Nancy all the time, posting like all the political junk that you see on Facebook, and I would argue with people because my opinion was better than theirs. I just like had the most horrible mindset ever. And with this and the introduction of personal development, that has helped me tremendously. I have people now that say like, I appreciate your post on Facebook, you're so positive, and it's just like still a shock to me because of what I was doing before. So that's a huge thing that I've overcome, mindset for sure. And I've also like actually made friends. Before, I never had female friends because girls are so just like catty and drama all the time. Not this group of ladies, not even close. You will never meet, just like seriously 100% of everybody on our team is uplifting and positive, and they're always there for you no matter what it is. And that's just not something I have ever experienced. So between my mindset, my weight loss, and this team, it's just an amazing opportunity. And I'm so glad that all of you are joining us tonight. And I hope to see you soon on our team page. Thanks for letting me share, guys.
You're so awesome, Casey. So, Junalee was going to speak with us, but she has a newborn baby, so she's not going to be able to speak tonight, which she's awesome. You guys would love her. But let's see. I guess, Courtney, are you going to share your story, or you're on mute, Courtney?
Waiting for a response.
Okay. Well, that's what I was wondering. There's one other coach that
You guys are waiting on me?
Are you going to speak to us, Carrie? Carrie is like our team mascot.
I'm so unprepared.
Go ahead and talk, Carrie.
Okay, I'm not feeling so hot right now. I had too much sun today and not enough water today, or food.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm really not good at keeping up about it. I am a former Beachbody hater, I guess you could say. I didn't understand it, and I thought it was just about drinking shakes and taking pictures and posting it, and I don't know, because I didn't understand it or didn't get it, I decided I didn't like it, I guess. But it wasn't until someone that I know and love and trust and admire started posting that she was a coach that I really started to become curious. But because I'd been such a hater, and I really was a hater, kind of not so publicly, but yeah, I was a hater. I was afraid to put myself out there like that, I guess, to like be a hypocrite, I guess is the right way to say it. But because this person that I love so much, her name is Courtney Zuban, spun it in a way that I could understand, and it made more sense to me. I don't know. I was able to, through her eyes and through her skill at writing, I guess, see what's so great about Beachbody, which is that you get to help people. You get to help people reach their goals with their weight loss, or I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm really bad at this, you guys. I don't know. It's just there's nothing that I don't love about Beachbody. I'm reaching my own personal goals. I'm coming out of my shell. I'm speaking publicly on Zoom calls. I'm driving 45 minutes to meet people I've never met before or haven't seen in years. And I'm trying to become more of a leader. It's for me because in the past I haven't believed in myself in that way. So with every training, with every call, with every Zoom, with every connection that I make, I'm growing as a person, and I love it.
Thank you so much for speaking impromptu, like on the spot. It's really cool.
I'm horrible at it too.
But I think that's great because I was just recently talking to somebody and she was like, I can't be a coach because I have been known to like diss Beachbody coaches. But like, yeah, she was slightly interested in it. And I was like, please don't let that hold you back. Like, that's fine. A lot of people have fears or dislikes towards something because they don't understand it. I'm glad you explained it that way.
Yeah, and I really just kind of bit the bullet, if that's the way to put it. I really just jumped right into it once I made the decision, and I have never really looked back. Because in the end, when I thought about it and I realized I didn't really care what half of the people that would judge me for it think, then it didn't really matter. And yeah.
It's liberating.
Yeah, it really is.
Okay, so June Lee did get her little bebas out of her arms, or maybe just in her arms. So she's going to speak for us next.
Hey everyone. So I'm a hot mess right now, obviously, but I did get my little one down to bed, and I'm hiding in the bathroom right now to chat with you all. So basically, I started as one of Noel's challengers back in 2014 with the 21-day fix, and I loved the program, and I kept going with challenge groups, and then I moved on to PIO, and I moved on to a combination of the two programs. And Noel asked me, I want to say at least 3 times if I was interested in coaching, and I said no each time. And I don't know really why I said no. I think it was basically that I just felt like as a full-time teacher with a toddler, that I just couldn't do it. I thought there was way too much work involved, and I just didn't think I had the time. And something changed in maybe December of 2014, and I finally said, I need to check this out. I don't know exactly what it was, maybe one of Noel's posts, but I finally said, let me check this out, put me in a sneak peek. So she did it in January of 2015, and I fell in love. At just that first day of the sneak peek, I knew that it was something I wanted to do. But she made me wait until February to sign because the 21-day fix extreme was coming out, and she knew I would love it, and I do. So I signed up in February. So I've been coaching since 2015. The whole journey itself has changed my life in ways that I never thought possible. And
All right,
The
come here.
friendships, as you've heard other ladies talk about, are amazing. I have friends here where I live, but I don't get to see them nearly as much. I mean, once you become a mom, it's kind of like you do your job as a mom, you do your job if you work outside of the home, which like I said, I'm a teacher. I just had a baby in February, and so I am lucky enough to be at home on maternity leave for a very lengthy amount of time until the fall. And I don't think I would have been able to do that without coaching. The income that I get from coaching has helped build my savings so that I can take an extended maternity leave. Otherwise, I probably would have been back to work by now. So the friendships are amazing. The income that you get, as long as you're consistent with your business, is huge. The personal development, I never picked up a book, you guys. I hated reading. All through high school. College was awful. I did not sit down and read a book to save my life. And once I became a coach and it was really stressed to do some personal development, I started reading and I'm hooked. I love reading personal development books. I have a whole list of books I've read and books that I want to read. It's never going to end for me. So basically, as a coach, I love the community. I love what I do. I love getting to share with others what we get to do on a daily basis. And I'm hoping that you will check it out and take a chance on you because it can change your life forever.
That's fun.
That's all I've got.
You're so awesome. If your phone or computer isn't muted, would you go ahead and do that just because we're getting a little bit of feedback? Love you. So glad you joined us. Just a little bit of feedback. Let's see. So then, Courtney, you get to regale us with your tale of coaching.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for being here. I know a lot of you, but for those who don't. So I'm just going to tell you my story. It started over a year ago. It was February of last year. I contacted Noel. There was a lot of reasons. I was just kind of not in a happy place in my life. I had just had my fourth baby, and because of financial situations, I really couldn't stay home with him for very long at all, and I was back to work way too soon. And I had the stress of doing that because I had never left any of my kids before. But on top of that, I could not fit into my biggest pair of jeans to save my life. So here I was, back to work, wearing maternity clothes, the same clothes that I had worn the week I left work. And it was really humiliating. So I had that, like, you just don't feel good. You know what I mean? When you feel self-conscious about yourself, you carry that with you everywhere you go, no matter what. And then with the emotional stress of leaving the baby for the first time, and the first 3 kids, I was a stay-at-home mom, so it was a whole new world for me, and it rocked me. It really did in a big way. But my husband and I, financially, we were completely strapped. He traveled for a very long time, and when he did that, I was able to stay home with my kids, and everything was fine, but he was gone all the time, to the point where my third child, when he turned 1, still had no idea who Jeremy was. And Jeremy came home one weekend, and he walked in the door, and my 1-year-old just absolutely lost. He had a meltdown. So Jeremy is my husband. We realized at that point it didn't matter how much he was making on the road. We would sacrifice whatever we had to do just to be like a complete family again. So that's why I went back to work. I was a special ed teacher. And then we had number 4. So I never, from the time I went back to work on, I never got comfortable leaving my kids, not even my older kids. I honestly believe that some people are just not designed for it, and some people are. Like, there's no right or wrong, but me as a person, not designed to leave my kids. It was very, very difficult for me. And people always just kept telling me, you know what, it'll get better, it'll get better. It never got better for me. It never did. I had to miss my son, my oldest child, his first day of kindergarten. And if I can tell you one day that is the hardest day of my life, it would probably still be that one. It was my student's first day, and I told you I taught special ed. I had an autistic class of preschoolers, so you can imagine how emotional it is for these little guys. And I'm like, it's okay. As there's tears literally streaming down my face, and their parents are crying, and I'm crying, and we're all just like a complete hot mess. It was absolutely ridiculous. But that's why after I contacted Noel, and she hooked me up with a 21-day fix, and I got immediate results. And people were just asking me, what are you doing? How are you losing the weight so fast all of a sudden? And I just kept giving everybody Noel's name. And I was like, yeah, it's great. It's a great program. And she'll put you in a challenge group, and there's so much wonderful. And honestly, she never actually talked to me about the coaching opportunity.
But
she did put up a post one day, and it was a post that she is the kind of post she doesn't do very often, so you don't see them often on her page, but it was an income post, and it just about blew my mind. And I like called Jeremy into the room. I'm like, are you seeing this? And he's like, okay. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. I can do this. And he's like, no, you can't. He just shot me down. And I was like, yes, I can. I can do this. I'm in it. I'm in her group. Like, I see what she's doing.
Like, yeah, well.
I didn't know all of it at the time, obviously. But so despite my husband's objections, I was in a master's course at the time and working for kids that were 6 and under.
Not let's just good look. It's not.
I decided just to go ahead and go for it.
No, I'm not sure if
you're,
the best way.
If you're dialed in on the phone, can you please mute your phone? Your conversation's coming. If you're dialed in on the phone, can you please mute your phone, just because your conversation's coming through over the call.
Gotta know that it's tough going there.
I don't know, lady.
It's okay. I've got 4 kids. I'm used to it. Anyhow, so yeah, okay. So despite his objections and everything like that, I knew that if I decided to go ahead and do it, he would support me in that. So I did, and he did. Once the decision was made, he backed me.
He's immune. He's with me all the time.
But it was.
Party.
I mean,
yeah.
315-945-6166. Your line is. We can hear everything you're saying. Just FYI.
Okay. Sorry, guys. Where was I? Okay, so what I did, as busy as I was, I got up every day before my kids got up, and I worked then. Went about my work day, did my schoolwork, did the family thing, and when they were in bed, I stayed up and I worked some more. But I had realized very quickly once I started the business the potential, and I was not going to give up. And I was very, very determined. And in 6 months,
I think so cute.
I was able to resign from my teaching job. So now I'm back home with my kids, and this is what I do full time. I say full time, but it's really not, because my family's full time, and this is the pockets of time that I'm able to find. But I'm making it work. It's very fulfilling. It's the best choice I've ever made, and I know it's going to take me so much further than I had ever dreamed about going before. So.
Really know how it will grow out, but I'll put clips and stuff in.
That's my story.
Thank you.
Okay. I just sent a random text to 315-955-6166. If you can hear this, doll, I'm so glad you're on the call. But we can kind of hear your conversation on our call. So if you can just go ahead and mute your phone, that would be so awesome. Just random text. Just like, hi, I'm Noel from flexyFITclub. Okay, so you guys, I am really just blown away by my team. Sometimes have
That's my mic.
fight back tears when I hear their stories, because it's just like proof. It's like a testimony to me how amazing this opportunity is and how much beyond selling fitness products it is. It really redesigns people's lives in whatever capacity that they need their life redesigned. For me, it was my mental, well, not like mental stability. That doesn't sound very awesome, but it kind of was. I was kind of a basket case, if I'm being honest. I was socially anxious. When I started this business, it was actually my hairdresser who reached out to me. And it was like days before my husband left for a 9-month deployment. We had just moved a few months prior. We had moved to a new state. So we literally just bought a house, moved to a new state. I only knew my neighbors, like my immediate neighbors. And I'm super introverted anyway. So I'm not the type of person that goes out and makes friends. So I didn't really know anybody. I was gearing up for like the hardest year of my life. And she asked me if I wanted to add this to my life. And I was like, no. And besides that, I was in a super unhealthy, I was like the heaviest that I've ever been, not being pregnant. And it had been years since I had my daughter. She was 2. So that wasn't the issue. The issue was that I was eating so poorly, like fast food, like 4 times a week, 5 times sometimes twice a day. It's disgusting for me to think about now. That was like the first thing I did was I quit fast food cold turkey. But just like very unhealthy choices that got me into a state of being that I wasn't proud of and I wasn't happy with. And it was, what really did it for me is I love fashion, I love clothes, and I have a blog, and it was a fashion blog at the time. And I literally couldn't fit into any of the clothes that I wanted to feature on my blog. And not only that, I didn't want to be photographed because I was so unhappy with the way that I looked and what I'd allowed to happen. So I was just in a bad state when she reached out to me, and I was like, no, this is not going to happen. Then my husband left, and like 2 days after he left, I realized that I wanted to lose weight before he came home. I mean, I think that's every military wife's goal. The minute their husband walks out the door, it's like, okay, let's lose weight. And then promptly gain it all back when they come back. But no, that's just my story. No, but then, but I also wanted to do something. Like, I didn't want to be bored for 9 months. I didn't want to just like survive 9 months and get through the drudgery of every day and not wake up excited about anything until he got home. And like, I love him so much, but that was still 9 months of my life, and it was still 9 months of my daughter's life. And I knew I had to do something. So I said, okay, let me do it. And I signed up with a 21-day fix, thinking I'd give it a shot. I kind of had a feeling that at-home businesses were scams, or, they might work, but they didn't work for people like me. I don't have any business background. Like, I don't know anything about what I was doing when I signed up, but I just knew that I needed to do something because what I was doing wasn't working. You got to change something. You got to do something you've never done if you want something you've never had. And that was kind of my mentality. Like, everything that I've been doing up to this point, fine, great. I loved being able to stay home. It's a luxury to be a stay-at-home mom. But at the same time, I'm not that mom who likes to fill her days with crafting and cooking and cleaning. I mean, that's just not me. If I'm being honest, I'm a good mom. I love my daughter, but I need something for me, or else I feel I'm miserable. And I'm not a good mom when I'm miserable because I don't know who I am or what I'm doing. So that's why I joined, and I never expected, it was like a couple days after I joined and I started listening to my first training calls and like hearing other coaches talk about their stories, that I realized that like this was huge. Like this could really be something for my family. And we didn't struggle financially, but my husband is in a very demanding job. He's works in the nuclear field in the Navy, and his hours are just like beyond, like I can't even express to you. It was like 90 plus hours a week that he was gone and out of the house, and that's when he wasn't deployed. So I just wanted to be able to, like, when he was done with the Navy, for him to be able to choose a job because he loved the job or he loved the location, and not because he felt like he had to. So my only goal was to make enough money to provide cushion for a family that he didn't have to work the kind of hours that he's been working the last 7 years. Shift work just totally depletes your health. It takes away years off your life, or so I've read. And I don't want to like stick around in it to find out. Like I just want to be done with it. So that's why I started. What I found through Beachbody is that I struggled a lot with social anxiety, and I struggle a lot. I had very low confidence, obviously, for the aforementioned reasons, but it wasn't just my weight that gave me low confidence. It was just the way that I've been. I've struggled with social anxiety my whole life, and I didn't realize it. It wasn't something that I ever had diagnosed. It wasn't something that I recognized. It led me to a lot of drinking in college. Like I was that person that would get drunk before I went to the party because otherwise I couldn't talk to people at the party. I went to college for 2 years, and I went to a 2-year college for 3 years and still didn't get a degree. Like I don't have the criteria or the background to that I should be successful in this business. But the thing with this business is it can be whatever you need it to be for you. And I needed something to bring me back to me, to make me feel proud and empowered and excited about my life for myself and for my family. So let me just swivel over to my notes here. So I just want to go over some of the questions that you may have, some of the questions that people have. First of all, what does a Beachbody coach even do? We've shared our stories. We've talked about what it's done for us personally, but what do you do as a Beachbody coach? There's so many different ways you can approach this business, but the main thing is that you just have to want to work on yourself. Like that is a key point. That is a non-negotiable. If you're not willing to improve your life in some regard, your mental health, your finances, your physical fitness, I mean, you have to want to change a little bit. You want to improve and be better every day. Sorry, I'm just seeing messages in here. I want to make sure that I'm answering. Yes. Okay, so it's Vanessa, did I say that right? Venetia. She asked, does it make sense?
Yes, you did. I'm sorry.
Okay. No,
I'm dealing with a 2-year-old over here too, so I just didn't feel like doing my makeup or hair or nothing, so I didn't know how to. I just thought I'd block everything out.
You're totally fine. This is more makeup than I usually wear on our team calls. Let me just tell you that. I want to make it.
Yeah, no, I look terrible. Trust me. I've been sick for a week and the baby, and yeah.
Well, I'm glad you made it on.
Yeah. Thanks. So yeah.
So yeah, it does. It makes sense to be a coach if you're not overweight, if you're not looking to lose weight particularly, because this is just about health in every regard. Like I said, mental, physical, financially, emotionally, just like everything, and your community and your tribe. Like you're part of a tribe, you're part of a sisterhood that is so empowering and so encouraging. It's the type of friend, like I think that everybody could probably think of their friends and know that there's one person that you can talk to and talk about having a miserable day, and they'll commiserate with you. And it's right. Bring and pull each other down. And then you have friends that, well, we're your new friends that will talk to us and talk about like have problems or whatever.
Right.
Lift you up. This is what we do. So yes, that you don't have to be overweight. You want to be involved in this, and in the same regard, For everybody else listening, or in case you're wondering, you can be overweight and want to be a part of this, because most of us started not in our ideal body size, shape. We started because we needed something fixed in us. And it's not that our worth is in our weight. Certainly don't get that idea.
Right. No, I do. I was just wondering, because a lot of, I listened to a lot of you ladies' testimonies, and it was just saying, ladies were, we're overweight, or for your mental well-being, and which is that's great. I was looking, I guess for myself would be more, the mental, I guess, too, emotional, friendship, the income, extra income, because like I eat healthy daily already, and tone up. I could tone. That's I could do that.
For everybody.
So I wanted to know, just I guess just regular questions.
Perfect. Go ahead and keep throwing them in the chat. We're gonna get to questions and at the end of the presentation, and then we can cover everything for everybody.
Okay.
So,
Great.
Okay.
Sorry. Thanks.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I'm glad you asked.
Yes, thank you.
So what does a Beachbody do? A coach do? You work on yourself. That includes personal development, all sorts of stuff. Basically, your willingness to work on yourself makes you a good coach. It makes you a good prospect for this business. We don't necessarily sell, we share. And the reason that we say it this way, the reason that we look at it this way, is because we're really just providing solutions to problems that people already have. Like, we're not trying to make you buy something that you don't want or need. We're talking to people, and they're presenting their problems to us, whether they want to lose weight, whether they can't make ends meet, whatever it is. What we do as coaches is we just present a solution to their problem. And Beachbody covers, like I said earlier, all sorts of different problems. So I don't want to sell anything to anybody that they're not going to use, they don't need, that it's just going to be a waste of money. I'm not in the market of convincing people. I don't coerce anybody to be on the team or to buy a product. That's not me. All I am is a vessel. I present what I know. I love living by the term, I don't know, all I know is. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a fit expert for this thing from it, I think. But I don't need to be, because all I know is that this program worked for me, or this business has worked for my family. And that's all I do, is I just share my life, how coaching is affecting my life each and every day. And then I help other people see how it could help them. So that's what we do. So another frequently asked question is, how do I find people? Or I don't have a large network. Can I still be a coach? And the answer is yes. The beauty of this business is that, my husband was deployed. I did this business. I built this business while my child was asleep. And everything is done on social media. And there is an endless supply, I guess, for lack of better word, of people on social media, right? There's like billions of people connected on Facebook. And the thing of it is that, like, even though you have probably, even if you have like 300 friends on Facebook, you can probably list 100, maybe 250 of those friends could use something that Beachbody could offer them, because it's not just about the fitness. It's not just about the product. It's about the lifestyle. It's about the way of life. So even though you might think that you don't have, that you have a small amount of people to talk to, you probably really don't. And even if you do have a small amount of people, there's so many different groups that you can join and just start making friends with people, not to sell to them, but to get to know them and see if there is something that, if there's a problem in their life that you could help them with. That's why we focus so heavily on forming and relationship building. We are not those people that are sending spam messages like, do you want to buy this? You need to check this out. You need to look at this challenge pack. This challenge pack's on sale. Like, we're not those people. We're the people that are just talking to other people, trying to make them smile, just being the light in people's lives. And I know this might sound like a little woo-woo, like I'm not a super, if you're sitting there thinking I'm not a super positive person, like I don't know what light I can be in anybody's lives. That's why the number one criteria for Beachbody is to work on yourself. So if you want to change, if there's like some mental capacity that you need to change in order to be that type of Beachbody coach, that is why working on yourself is first and foremost and number one importance all the time, which makes it kind of easy because you can just improve yourself. And a byproduct of that is that you're inspiring other people to improve themselves. So building a team, it's just building relationships and friendships on Facebook. And of course, we have a whole training website that's broken down into 4 separate weeks. You go at your own pace, but you have so much information and you have so much access to training on how to do these things that you don't need to know how to do. None of us did when we joined. So there's always solutions to your problems that way. I kind of already covered what's required. Like, this isn't sales. You don't have to be a nutritionist. You don't have to be a personal trainer. We're just real people. We're not trying to be fitness experts. We're just trying to help people complete a program. How many people buy DVDs from Walmart, do the program for like a week, and then never use it again, and they've wasted their money? We're coaches. We're designing like challenge groups on Facebook where you can plug in your customers and just check in with them every day. Did everybody get their workout in? Did everybody drink their Shakeology? Things like that. So we just kind of are that accountability partner for people and help them complete their product. That's all we're designed to do. We just want to help people actually get results. So I wanted to broach the whole like pyramid scheme idea because it comes up a lot. I know I, for one, it wasn't necessarily that I was afraid it was a pyramid scheme, but I was afraid that it was a scam, mostly because I didn't think that I could do it. But the whole pyramid scheme is really kind of silly just because, first of all, pyramid schemes are illegal. So if you even know what a pyramid scheme is, they're illegal. But second of all, our entire life around us, like any job that we have, is built in a pyramid structure, right? Like even in the military, you have like the commanding officer is in the top, and then he's got a few people under him who are in charge of a few more people under them. And then you've got the enlisted like workers that do the hard work, basically. I'm just kidding. If you guys are like the wives of an officer, they work just as hard. I know they do. But you have that pyramid structure in the military. You have the pyramid structure in your jobs. If you're working anywhere, you are a part of a pyramid because you've got the CEO, and then you've got the managers under them, and then you've got the supervisors under them, and then you've got the employees. So everything is kind of built in a pyramid. It's just that people look at something like this, and because literally the downline, as you add people to your team, they'll start adding people, and they'll start adding people. And yes, it does look like a pyramid, but so does everything else in your life. So it's really not a big deal. It's whatever. Pyramid schemes are illegal. It's a great structure for business. So I hope that helps explain that. We touched upon if you need to be at your goal body. Obviously, you do not. And in fact, it's often better if you're not, just because people don't relate to perfection. Like if you went on Facebook all the time and you're like, this is so easy for me. I love waking up early. I love working out. I never waver from my nutrition. I'm like so perfect. Nobody is going to care because they're going to be like, good for you, but I'm not. Good for you, but this is a struggle, So being imperfect in public is super vulnerable. It's super scary and super uncomfortable, but it's what will connect to other people. It's what makes people want to be a part of your team, a part of your journey, because they see that it's somebody just like them doing this, and that means that they can do it too. So let's get into the finances. This is like the icky talk, but it's not. It's actually awesome talk. Basically, to join as a flexyFITclub coach, well, to join as a Beachbody coach, but flexyFITclub for this purpose, it costs you, it's $40 to join as a coach. But I don't suggest going that route. And here's why. If you join for $40, you're not getting any of the products. And if you don't have any of the products to talk about, or if you don't know that the products actually work because you're not using them, then you do become a salesperson. And it's almost like super icky for you to turn to your family members or turn to your friends and ask them or tell them that they should do something that you're not willing to do yourself. Like, nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to be put in that position. And I know that if anybody came to me and was like, you should totally try Shakeology, it helps you lose weight, it helps detox your body every day, yada, 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 it gives all the great benefits of Shakeology. And I was like, oh, do you drink it? And they were like, no. Then why on earth would it be, it's not good enough for you, but it's good enough for me? I would never buy anything from somebody who wasn't using the products themselves. So the $40 option is available, but you're setting yourself up to run a sales business, and that's just not the way flexyFITclub is set up. What I do suggest is joining with a challenge pack. So you're starting off, they start off at $140, and you get a fitness program and you get a month's worth of Shakeology. This gives you experience with two of our main products, and it gives you something to talk about on Facebook. And no, you shouldn't like buy it and wait until you have like your final results and then talk about it, because the joy is in the journey. The connection and the humanness is in the journey. So when you start your journey with this fitness program and with the Shakeology, you can share honestly along the way how it's making you feel, how you're changing, how you're seeing results and stuff, because you will see results. And guys, in case you're a skeptic like me, because I believed when I bought 21 Day Fix that I would be the only person in the world who did it and didn't get results. Beachbody has a 30-day money-back guarantee. It's virtually risk-free. I mean, essentially, you buy the program, you do the program, you don't like it, you send it back and you get a full refund. It's that simple. So my suggestion would be to start with a challenge pack, simply because it puts you in a position to share instead of sell. And I'm a terrible salesperson. I don't want to be in that position to sell. So I don't want any of my team to be in that position where they feel like an icky salesperson. I want them to feel empowered and excited about what they're doing and wanting to just share that with the people that they love. And then I wanted to share something with you. I didn't make slides for this particular presentation, but I did want to show you income growth as it pertains to me. This is just one person's example. And of course, there's no guarantees. This is just based on your own hard work. Like, anything is possible for you. But I actually I screenshotted my, that's a word, right? Screenshot my, whatever. My pay stubs to show you like my first paycheck, what I hit as an Emerald rank. Now there's different ranks. Let me explain that really quick. Emerald just means that you've built your business by two people. You asked, you had your spouse sign up and you asked your mom to sign up, whatever. Now you're Emerald rank. Now you're going to start making bonuses, which is where the joy comes from, because then you don't have to be a salesperson. And then the next rank would be Diamond, and then you get into the Star Diamond and 2-star Diamonds. And this is just a rank system. This is just how you move up in the business. But I wanted to share this. So let me screen share and see if you guys can see what I see. Okay. Do you guys see my pay stubs? Okay, cool. All right. So the first one over here, I don't know. Can you see my cursor? I always wonder that. Can you see my cursor, Courtney? I can see you. Okay. So this first one here is my first paycheck. I made $40 off of, it was actually signing somebody up because it's a fast start bonus. But this is where you want to pay attention. We've got retail commission, team bonus, and then matching bonus. You don't actually start getting a matching bonus or a team bonus until you don't actually start getting a team bonus until you're Emerald. So this was my first paycheck, and I made $40. When I became Emerald 2 weeks later, I had retail commission of $80, and then I had one team cycle bonus. So I made $14 off of my team, off of just signing 2 people in that 2 weeks. It's free $14. Why not? So then a few months later, I became Diamond, And, oh, I didn't do this very nicely. Sorry, guys. I did this awfully, actually. This is not my strong suit. I don't usually make pictures like this. So sorry. I feel like a dope right now. But my team bonus, at least you can see my team bonus went up to like $200. So my total paycheck was like $260, and like 216 of that was my team. That's stuff that I didn't have to sell. And then $9 off my matching bonus. Once you become a diamond, you start making bonuses based off of how much your emeralds are making. It's just like this continuous bonus system. It's pretty cool. And then over here, when I became Star Diamond a year later, my paychecks are going up. My team bonuses are going up. My commission sales are pretty consistently not huge. But my paychecks are going up because I'm building a team, because I'm so passionate about this business. And my teammates, my coaches that are joining me are equally as passionate about building the business. And because of that, because they're creating financial freedom for themselves, my team bonuses are going up, but then also their team bonuses are going up because they're building teams. That's why building your team is actually more important than your sales. That's why we're not salespeople. And then my 2-star bonus, super proud of this paycheck. It was a year later. My team bonus was $1,000. This is 1 week. Obviously I didn't go up in commissions. I'm not selling a great deal more. I'm not like super improving my salesmanship skills. I'm just leading a team of really badass individuals, and it's pretty awesome. I get to be friends with them. I get to be business partners with them. And they're building their own teams. And the only way I know that they're building their teams and their teams are successful is because this is going up. My team bonus is going up. So I don't feel slimy that my paychecks are built off my team, because the only reason they're built off my team is because their teams are successful. And when their teams are successful, they're reaching their goals. They're achieving their dreams. And that makes me feel really pretty good. So I'm going to stop sharing. Just wanted you to see like firsthand, straight up, those are my pay stubs. And you could also see straight up that I don't really make great graphics. You don't need to make great graphics to be a good coach. So there's that. So now I'm just going to, I pretty much said everything that I need to say. The second package. So I was just letting you know that our challenge packs, which you get the Shakeology and you get a fitness program, they start at $140. They go up from there, just based on whatever program you want. But yeah, that is the best investment. That's the best way that you can set yourself up for being a sharer and being somebody who genuinely wants to change their lifestyle, versus a salesperson. So that's just, okay. So let me just kind of read through the chat. Yes, good point, Casey. Those are weekly paychecks. That's pretty important. I mean, think of your own lives. Think of what an extra $50, $100, $200 a month can do for your life. And then picture yourself making that a week. And then picture yourself doubling that each week. I mean, the possibilities are endless based on your hard work, based on what you want to do and what you can do. So, yeah, let's see. I guess that's it. If you guys have questions, you can go ahead and post them in the chat, or you can unmute yourselves and ask them that way, and we can kind of get some conversation going. Or if you feel like you've gotten all the information that you need, just know that if you do decide to join us with the bundle pack, and really start yourself off for success, and you do that by the end of this month, which is Saturday, you will go into a raffle drawing for some new sneakers, which I feel like are pretty cool, because I picked them out. Why I think they're so cool. But
who doesn't need new shoes? What woman?
Right, exactly. Especially as a Beachbody coach, you're a new coach. You need new kicks for those selfies that you're going to inevitably take. Oh, and if you don't love taking selfies, guys, Courtney here never took pictures of herself until she became a coach. And we had some work to do when she first started to get her in front of the camera.
So how much was the bundle package? The baby was bugging me.
Oh,
so
it's
I missed that.
well, they start at 140, but you can
Okay.
definitely like talk with your coach who invited you, and she can help you pick like the best one for you because they're all different.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Yeah, no, you guys all you guys were just wonderful. Just so you all know, you guys are just, you're all human, and each one of you had your own testimony, and it was just wonderful just to see that, you're regular people, that it wasn't actually, scripted or.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, you guys are welcome.
All right, ladies. Well, if nobody has any questions, I'm so happy that you guys got on. I'm so appreciative of your time and for joining us. And I really, really hope that I see your faces on our team calls coming weeks.
Awesome. Yes, well, all right. Well, you guys have a good night. Thank you so much.
Bye, guys.
Good night.
Bye.